Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Mighty News Roundup. Glad to have everybody. Hope everybody's having a great day on this lovely Thursday, uh, October 5th, 2023. All right, let's get right into it. We'll say hello and get moving. Dog Mama, hello, hello. Digger, hello. I saw your short. That was hilarious that you sent me. We've all beat Bobby. You saw his legs in Discord, right? I don't know if I should have been terrified or turned on. I was very confused. Channels, hello. I'm finally on time too. It's a beautiful day. I wasn't early by 4 minutes. It's 8:30 right now. That's like a minute and a half. What's up, Stench? What's going on, Jacob Castro and my Rumble Ghetto Savage? Jacob is over on Rumble as well. So we got a lot. Oh, I know. I was so confused. We got a lot to get to tonight. There's a lot going on. So we're going to start with, I know we're not a big sports ball crew, but in my opinion, this is truly a great man. And this just happened, just breaking NFL legend Dick Butkus. He also had the best name that you could ever have, Dick Butkus. One of the greatest linebackers of all time, dies at age 80 after medical emergency at his Malibu home. Shot. Sorry, I had a cough. Hall of Famer Dick Butkus spent his entire career with the Chicago Bears. The former linebacker was reportedly found unresponsive at his residence. NFL legend Dick Butkus has died at age of 80. His family confirmed in a statement. Paramedics responded to a medical emergency at Dick Butkus's Malibu residence at 12:51 p.m. Thursday. Yes, rest in peace. According to TMZ, the former linebacker was reportedly declared dead at the scene. The report claims that Butkus was found unresponsive when someone went to check on him at the property. The Butkus family confirms that football entertainment legend Dick Butkus died peacefully in his sleep overnight at his home in Malibu, California, a statement read via Fox 32. No relation to Dick Seepick. I know, that's what I'm saying. So I have an unconfirmed on that. The United States interfered, allegedly. And they didn't go through the test. That's the word going around town. But don't know how true that is. It's just what I heard. So this is Butkus. This is old Dickie when I used to play real football in the mud. And hey, Bobby. Butkus is hailed as one of the greatest linebackers of all time and was a defensive standout at the University of Illinois before being taken with the number 3 overall pick in the 1965 NFL Draft by his hometown, Da Bears. Butkus, coming in at 6'3", 245 pounds, spent his entire NFL career with the Bears before retiring in 1973. And the team retired his number 51 jersey in 1994. Throughout his impressive career, Butkus won 6 All-NFL selections, 2 Defensive Player of the Year honors, and 8 Pro Bowls. He was considered to be one of the most intimidating players to take the field and earned several nicknames for his style of play, including the Maestro of Mayhem, the Enforcer, the Animal, and the Robot of Destruction. He had 1,020 tackles, 22 interceptions, and 27 fumble recoveries over the span of 9 seasons. Butkus is named NFL's all-decade teams in 1960s and 1970s, as well as the 75th and 100th anniversary teams. In 1979, his first year of eligibility, Butkus was enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Even following his retirement from the league, Butkus continued to follow the NFL, sharing his thoughts on the Bears to X, formerly known as Twitter. We don't need to know that anymore. We all know it's X, where he gained a large following. Butkus is survived by his wife, Helen, and 3 children. He was a member of the Bears alumni honored during halftime of Chicago's season opener against the Green Bay Packers last month. He was just, he was an intimidating player. So, rest in peace to one of the greats. Truly one of the greats. The old NFL. No. Bad, Jacob. Inappropriate. This is concerning. Breaking. The U.S. military has shot down a Turkish drone after it came too close to U.S. troops in Syria. That's a true statement, Bobby. I do taste better and slathered in butter. But I wanted to lead off with this one, other than the butt kiss. So the U.S. military shot down a NATO ally. No, he didn't play that long, but he was he still had one hell of an impact. So the U.S. military shot down a Turkish drone, so a NATO ally. Not that I've seen. Like I said, there was I heard an unconfirmed report that there may have been some interference by the United States on an electronic level that interfered with the test. So we shot down a NATO ally's drone after it came too close to troops in Syria, which we shouldn't be in and didn't think we were still in to begin with. So, but you always be twatter to me. Yes. So this is however concerning. It's a further escalation. Turkish defense minister said the drone shot down by the U.S.-led coalition did not belong to the Turkish armed forces, but did not say whose property it was, per Reuters. So he attacked a NATO ally over a drone that was too close to alleged United States troops in a place that we shouldn't be in. I mean, that makes sense, right? Trying to figure out the power dynamics in Syria is insane. Constantly shifting loyalties. Guys literally fight with 3 different uniforms on. Yes. Yes. I know. I didn't think we were either, but apparently we are. Yeah, Syria is a mess. It's a failed proxy. It was the intention to be the main proxy war, and as we know, that didn't work out. So, that's, in my opinion, why we've went to Ukraine. But just my opinion. ADSB looks, the Aussies are moving a lot of troops. Just for the record, I'm not going to go into it a ton. We have a fuck ton of P8s up too. It's kind of crazy. So something's up. All right, so COG unit probably. Yeah, they I'm not sure. They didn't specify what units are there on the ground. So, literally an act of war should be in Article 5 since we shot down a NATO ally's drone, but we're the United States, so we don't have to. Yeah, yes. Yeah, please do that. YouTube's on for fuckery again. I was talking to a couple other creators, and it seems like no matter what the hell we do, we move backwards. So don't give them a choice. Just hit that like button. They're still in the comment game, so comment if you can after the stream. I'll love it. And yeah, we'll try and play their game as long as possible. I noticed the same thing too. Large eggs are getting smaller. Hey. No coverage whatsoever. Not a single stitch. That's why we have back channels, Light Rain. Hey, Shenny. Damn. I hope you're doing all right. Yes, please. Oh, 100%. 100%. It's even worse than that. They're trying to go the other way with things, which kind of pisses me off, if I'm being honest. So let me preface this is a tragic situation. Obviously, anytime people are shot and killed senselessly, it's kind of ridiculous, and obviously I'm not condoning this type of behavior. With that being said, I think Fox News is asshole, and it makes me really happy when they get put in their place. So this is shooting that we covered live while I was on the other night. And this is them getting trolled by a gentleman named Tyrone for a call-in at Morgan State University, the university in Baltimore, the historically black college and university. And it's pretty funny to watch Fox's asshole get trolled.
And that's where they declare a Mr. and a Miss Morgan State. And we've got Tyrone on the phone with us now. Tyrone, when you say poker game, what exactly happened? What transpired?
Well, first we all get together every Tuesday night, and we watch Tucker Carlson's show on X. We used to watch him on Fox News. Obviously, he's not there no more. Mm-hmm. And still being the most credible guy in the media in America, we always get together to watch Tucker Carlson, and I think he's doing probably better now than not with Fox News, because the corporate media always controls what the teleprompter readers are able to say. And now that he doesn't have that hand.
Thank you, Tyrone. Maybe we can work to get Don back on the phone, Tracy. We can get that. Clearly, that was not a student at Morgan State University. And that's where they declare a Mr. and a Miss Morgan State.
All right. So I thought that was kind of funny. From one funny to another funny. And I have direct evidence, thanks to my lovely viewers, to back this up on the other side. So this is voter. How are you going to get the votes? Trump fills stadiums. Not anymore. Not anymore. Ron, you're wrong, but we'll listen to you.
You and Donald Trump have gone back and forth in the last few days over who turned Florida red. Do you believe that you have more support here in the Sunshine State than the former president?
Well, he won by 3, I won by 20, so I don't know what you think is better. Yes.
I support you, but how are you going to get the votes? He fills stadiums.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah. So here's the thing: like, how do you actually win? And we won the best election that any Republican governor candidate has ever done in the history of Florida.
So we go to Iowa, where there's a dispute with this. DeSantis, even though he's smart guy, impressive, blah blah blah. But it's worth nothing. I see not much for DeSantis. This is Iowa. So let's just watch. I mean, let's see if there's any DeSantis signs or Biden signs, or if they just happen to all be Trump. Let's just take a peek down a random Iowa highway. Yes, I am. I don't know. They were moving pretty fast, but I'm pretty sure those were all Trump signs. There's no question that Trump has the momentum in the party. He has the momentum across the country. Yes, he is indeed still filling stadiums. I know, because I tried to get into the last one here in the great state of Michigan, and shit was already filled up. And there was nothing that I could do to even get close. So, I mean, let's not play here. Trump is still the man to beat, and you're probably not going to do it. I mean, so, as we know, Kevin McCarthy was removed from Speaker of the House by a vote orchestrated by Congressman Matt Gaetz. We all saw it. We all saw it happen. So the rhinos, I mean the Republicans in name only, I mean rhinos, are real butthurt by this. So this is Senator Turtle, and he actually gets through this whole statement, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. But yeah, exactly. So this is Senator Turtle giving his opinion on shit.
I hope whoever the next speaker is gets rid of the motion to vacate. I think it makes the speaker's job impossible. And the American people expect us to have a functioning government. On the Senate side, we need to get as many appropriation bills passed as possible. The majority leader's indicated that's what he would like to do as well, and he'll have plenty of cooperation from us in trying to achieve as close to a regular appropriations process as we possibly can.
All right. Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, I checked him out for a bit. I haven't had a ton of time to dig into it, but looks like a cool dude. I appreciate the pass along because yeah, I agree. So obviously this is the first time in what was it, 100 and some odd years. So I don't think it's the thing that's the problem. I think that your shit leadership is the problem, and you still haven't understood that. Just saying, if you're... Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they're incredibly well mobilized. We can say that about them, at least. The other side is, if they weren't so disgusting, it would be admirable. Oh, I do too. Exactly. So, but, you know, the people shouldn't have any power, so that power has to be removed. Here's your daily dose of potato. Here's your daily dose of potato, and his comments on the speakership.
Sir, not that they're asking you, what's your advice to the next House Speaker?
That's above my pay grade.
Why is it in potato quality on top of being
Sir, not that they're asking you, what's your advice to the next House Speaker?
Okay, so this portion right there, I just feel like I got sniffed. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't y'all feel like you got sniffed? Like I can feel the breath on the back of my neck. I feel like I'm being sniffed right now. And how is it above your pay grade? You're the president of the United States. So, hey, Linda. Tell me I'm wrong, Bobby. Tell me I'm wrong. So here's a couple things. Actually, we'll go here first. This is what Cheese was speaking of. Former President Donald John Trump is considering visiting the U.S. Capitol next week ahead of the House speakership vote. Politico NBC. Yes. So Trump is going to be there. Is he going to get the support? Maybe. Maybe. This is Donald Trump's comment. He was asked outside of his fraud trial, which we'll go into next. But this is his comment on the speakership.
Who should be speaker?
Who should be speaker?
Who should be speaker, Mr. President?
A lot of people have been calling me about speaker. All I can say is we'll do whatever's best for the country and for the Republican Party. Would you take a job? Great people.
Marjorie Taylor.
We have some great people. Would you take a job? A lot of people have asked me about it. I'm focused. You know, we're leading. I don't know you. I'm sure you don't read too much in the papers. So we're leading by like 50 points for president. You know, my focus is totally on that. If I can help them during the process, I would do it. But we have some great people in the Republican Party that could do a great job as Speaker. Well, what about
Marjorie Taylor Greene called for you to be Speaker yesterday. Would you accept?
Yeah, I think she's a wonderful woman, Marjorie. A lot of other people are calling for that, too. I'll do whatever it is to...
What's up, Dazzler?
But my focus, my total focus is being president and, quite honestly, making America great again, because we are living in a country in decline. This is a country that's failing badly. We're not respected in the world. Interest rates are through the roof. Taxes are through the roof. Inflation is horrible. What it's done to us, it's eating us alive. Energy is now over $5. I was at $1.87. It's over $5. What's happened to our country with Afghanistan, that horrible removal, the most embarrassing moment, I think, in our country's history. So I'm running for president. I'm up by 40 and 50 points and more in some cases. But whatever I can do to help with regard to Speaker is good. By the way, I'm also leading Biden by a lot. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have trials like this. Thank you very much.
All right. So there's President Trump's speech on the question. We go from former President Trump to current President Potato for a couple things, and then we'll come back to former President Trump just so we can break up Potato Joe. Breaking news. President Joe Biden's dog, Commander, has been removed from the White House after multiple biting incidents. So, I think there's 11 between the two dogs at this point. He has now been removed for safety of the agents protecting Potato Joe. So, does it surprise anybody that Joe's such a piece of shit that he can't even raise a dog properly? All right, so just a brief touch on this. We kind of went over this a couple different times and in different contexts. This is the stunning and brave Karine Jean-Pierre talking about the emergency alert test, which was not successful. If you actually read about the test, it wasn't successful. It also, they did not, after they said it specifically that it wasn't a presidential alert, they sent out a presidential alert in several different geographic locations, and also forgot to change the words presidential alert in several locations. So they fucked up the whole test is the short end of that. So it wasn't even a successful test. But here's the stunning and brave White House press secretary.
No, there you go. Okay, thanks everybody. I'm just kidding.
I turned mine off. Really?
All right. I know well, it works. Every couple of years, folks. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Okay, so it's not every couple of years. It's happened one other time, and that was 5 years ago, almost to the day. So she's obviously stupid. Yeah, just a joke. Incompetence? Direct incompetence? What's up, Snafu? All right. We're gonna go to the border if it's okay with you guys. And we'll go back to the stunning and brave lesbian black woman that is Karine Jean-Pierre. So this is a question on the border. And this is again what they think of your inquiry into the border situation. So.
If you have to build a border wall, but you don't think that it's going to work, then once it's done, are you just going to tear it down?
I'm not getting into hypotheticals from here. I'm just telling you what I can tell you from here. The facts are that DHS is complying with the law. This is from this was under fiscal year 2019 under Republican leadership, and DHS is required to do this. The president asked multiple times of Congress to reappropriate. They did not, and we're not complying by the law. Thanks, everybody.
If you
Oh, shit. So they have to put up the wall. That's funny. Trump's still winning, even though he's not there anymore. Also, on the border, we have New York City, whatever the hell this guy is, Mayor Eric Adams. He's actually going to visit the border in Latin America. Well, he's going to visit Latin America and then the border to start the process of understanding the flow of migrants. Well, it's about fucking time, you idiot.
We are pulling off now to head to Mexico to speak with our leaders there and to really start the process of understanding the flow of migrants here to New York City and throughout the entire country. This is the type of conversation we believe we need to look at both local, national, and international to come with a resolution. We are pulling off now.
Yeah, I started the show with that. Where the hell you been, Jason? So they're finally starting to get it because they're in their backyard. Because other states and locations are finally standing up to these idiots and saying, "Not in my backyard." Oh shit! I forgot about this one. All right, act like I didn't forget about this. We're back to the speakership. And, of course, the money for the stunning and brave Ukrainians. So, here's a reporter asking Biden how long they can sustain without giving the Ukraine more money.
If I may, without additional funding, how long will the United States be able to support Ukraine?
We can support Ukraine in the next tranche that we need, and there is another means by which we may be able to find funding for that, but I'm not going to get into that now.
So they apparently have backdoors to backdoors to backdoors with backdoors for their backdoors to find funding for their backdoors. All right, so get ready to be pissed off again on another state trying to enact ridiculous gun laws. New Connecticut gun laws go into effect. Connecticut is ushering in the most comprehensive gun control measures since the 2013 legislation enacted following the, can't say that because I'm not going to get sued, shooting. This new law was signed by Democratic Governor Ned Lamont in June. It goes into effect this Sunday. So this was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Fuck, some day ago. Oh, they love their back doors. Despite facing legal challenges that echo similar disputes occurring across the nation, advocates of stricter gun control remain determined to push for further firearm-related legislation. The recently enacted law, among its provisions, prohibits the open carrying of firearms and imposes restrictions on the sale of more than 3 handguns to a single individual within a 30-day period. Though exceptions may exist for instructors and certain other circumstances. We will not take a break. We cannot stop now, and we will continue to pass life-saving laws until we end gun violence in Connecticut. Our lives depend on it, Executive Director of Connecticut Against Gun Violence, Jeremy Stein, said. Shortly, let me respond to Mr. Stein. All gun laws are unconstitutional. You are shredding what little bit of the Constitution that we have left. Stop it. Shortly after its passage, the law faced challenges from proponents of gun rights. No, it isn't proponents of gun rights, it's proponents of our fucking Constitution. Connecticut, known for having some of the most stringent gun laws in the United States, finds itself in company with other politically liberal states, including California, Washington, Colorado, and Maryland, which have also passed new gun-related laws this year, all of which are currently embroiled in legal battles. Of course, because they're unconstitutional. These developments come on the heels of last year's expansion of gun rights by the U.S. Supreme Court. Again, the U.S. Supreme Court did not expand gun rights. They upheld the United States Constitution in saying that all gun laws are unconstitutional. That's a Glock, but it has a weird slide. Huh. Looks like kind of a generic Glock. Alright, so, as you guys know, Donald Trump, or maybe you don't know, Donald Trump's being sued civilly by the state, and I don't know this one. I'm sure somebody in Law 2 is covering it. I don't know what the hell's going on here, and I'll just be honest with that. So, we'll start right here. So apparently the New York Attorney General is filing civil charges. Ghost Glock. Yeah. Oh yeah. Essentially. I talked to Dazzler about it the other night, and they tried to say that Mar-a-Lago is worth $16 million. It's 25 acres on the Florida coast. And it's worth, I think the pool's worth $16 million. Just my opinion. So it's 18 million. I apologize. So it's ridiculous. It's worth a hell of a lot more than $18 million. And if you could sell it to me for $18 million, I will take it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. So, this is this Attorney General. Right. So this is Attorney General that's suing Trump in court.
Those comments were offensive. They were
days ago.
baseless. They were void of any facts and or any evidence. What they were comments that unfortunately fomented violence, and comments that I would describe as race baiting, and comments, unfortunately, that appeals to the bottom of our humanity. This case was brought simply because it was a case where individuals have engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And I will not sit idly by and allow anyone to subvert the law. And lastly, I will not be bullied. And so Mr. Trump is no longer here. The Donald Trump show is over. This was nothing more than a political... Trump's comments were offensive. They were baseless.
Yeah, political show, my ass. This is your political show. So here is Donald Trump. This is his response, and then she, of course, needed more media, so we'll get our official statement on the other side of Donald Trump.
Mr. Trump, why did you watch this? Is election interference. They made up a fake case. They're fraudulent people. And the judge already knows what he's going to do. He's a Democrat judge. In all fairness to him, he has no choice. He has no choice. He's run by the Democrats. I know this city better than anybody knows this city. There's nobody knows it like I do. He's a Democrat judge out of the clubhouses. He's controlled, and it's a shame. What's going on here is a shame. Our whole system is corrupt. This is corrupt. Atlanta is corrupt. And what's coming out of D.C. is corrupt.
So we know all that's true, Mr. President. This is obviously a hit job. Mar-a-Lago was given to the government by the former owner before Trump bought it to serve as the Winter White House. It got so much more infrastructure than a hotel. Yes, it does. It's just laughable that it's $18 million. So this is her official polished statement after she had time to think about it.
Today was the third day of our trial against Donald Trump, the Trump Organization, and other defendants. We continued to present our case, hearing more from our first witness and also from our second witness, a certified public accountant from the firm Whitley Penn. Whitley Penn compiled financial statements for Mr. Trump, the Trump Organization, and the other defendants. Meanwhile, the defendants continued to challenge our case, falsely claiming the underlying law is unconstitutional and other baseless claims, including that this is a witch hunt. Executive Law Section 6312 is the primary law used by my office in affirmative litigation. It is a special law giving the Attorney General exclusive power to investigate repeated and persistent fraud in business. Dangerous and racist comments will not deter me. The laws of this great state and nation apply equally to everyone, even Donald Trump. And it is my duty and my responsibility to ensure that the law is enforced and upheld. And I refuse to back down or to be bullied.
Fuck you. So this is kind of the crossover. So we have, basically three segments: bullshit politics. Then we have Prison Planet, and then we have for people who belong in prison, and then kind of everything else. This is kind of a crossover zone because all these assholes belong in prison. Attorney General James and the next 2 or 3 stories, or somebody related to them. So yeah, that note's for me because at some point I'd like to cut them up and make them short. Anyways, blah blah blah. Anyways, exactly. They're all paid off. I was gonna say something, but I'll rise above it.
Touchdown. Pepper. I never give a shit.
That'll work. Anyways, moving on before I say something bad. Everything's about race, Dazzer. Even things not about race are then still about race. So, moving right along, to people who belong in prison. Senior Pentagon official ran savage dogfighting ring, executed losing dogs with jumper cables. Say the feds. Oh, fuck. Trigger warning. Baltimore, Maryland, Department of Justice. A federal criminal complaint has been filed charging Frederick Douglass Moorfield Jr., age 62, of Arnold, Maryland, and Mario Damon Fleith, age 49, of Glen Burnie, Maryland, with promoting and furthering animal fighting venture. The criminal complaint was filed on September 21st, 2023, in an unsealed at the defendant's initial appearances on September 28, 2023. At their initial appearance, U.S. Magistrate Judge J. Mark Colson ordered that the defendants be released pending trial under the supervision of U.S. pretrial services. According to the affidavit filed in support of the complaint, Moorfield, a Deputy Chief Information Officer, Command, Control, and Communications for the Office of Secretary of Defense, and Flight used an encrypted messaging application to communicate with individuals throughout the United States to discuss dogfighting. I wonder if one of them was Michael Vick. Damn it, Jason. Stop stealing my jokes. Moorfield used the same name, Jihad Kennels, and Fleith used the name Razor Sharp Kennels to identify the respective dogfighting operations. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, that's justice, right? Yeah, these are fucking assholes. Yo, that mutt quit 50 minutes. Angry face, black face, palm. Fuck these dogs. And then there's a graphic video that we're not going to watch. What's up, bro? Give me a minute. I talked to Hardaway earlier. He was flying to DR for the weekend. He must be busy tricking already. Damn, bro, I'm on the way. Saved me a couple. LOL. I know, right? Oh, yeah, I was have a little fun last night. That's what I'm talking about. 42F, 4K, 6, 8 weeks, 1K fit. I'll do 8 weeks. I'll be back Tuesday. 8 weeks from today or next weekend. You got a spot in NJ. Next weekend I won't be back till Tuesday. Yeah, we have a spot. It's a hook. I'm shocked that there's not a word that I had to not say or could have said. It started with an N in that text message. They probably cut it off. For example, as detailed in the affidavit, Moore, Fleith, and their associates used the encrypted messaging application to discuss how to train dogs for illegal dogfighting and exchanged videos about dogfighting and arranged and coordinated dogfights. Moorfield and Fleith also discussed betting on dogfighting, discussed dogs that died as a result of dogfighting, and circulated media reports about dogfighters who had been caught by law enforcement. As further alleged in the affidavit, Moorfield and others also discussed how to conceal their conduct from law enforcement. I truly don't get it either. So there's the alleged battery cables. Poor pup. On September 6th, 2023, law enforcement officers executed search warrants at Moorfield and Fleith's residences in Maryland. Following the execution of these warrants, 12 dogs were recovered and seized by the federal government. Law enforcement also recovered veterinary steroids, training schedules, and a carpet that appeared to be stained with blood, and a weighted dog vest with a patch reading Jihad Kennels. In addition, law enforcement officers seized a device consisting of an electric plug and jumper cables, which the affidavit alleges is consistent with the device used to execute dogs that lose dogfights. I agree. Liberals do this very stupid fucking thing where they break up these dog rings and then adopt out the dogs. Huh. If convicted, the defendants will face each maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for possessing, training, or transporting animals for participation in animal fighting venture. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after taking into account the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. So they're going to get like 6 months, maybe, which is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. But it's a surprise that anybody that we're not prosecuting crimes anymore. And here's a perfect example. All these future engineers and scientists here in this next clip. Affiliate Larry Krasner on prosecuting looters. Will look into carefully to see whether this is a one-off situation and they're fundamentally law-abiding people or whether they're criminals. They're fucking criminals. They're criminals.
The DA calls it individual justice and says everyone involved in the looting will be looked at on a case-by-case basis.
Those are criminals. Those are criminals. They're concealing their identity. They know where to go. These are fucking criminals.
We'll look carefully to see whether this is a one-off situation and they're fundamentally law-abiding people, hold them accountable one way, or whether they are criminals and they're all about taking advantage of some sort of unrest for their own benefit, and they will be prosecuted another way.
The DA calls it individual justice and says everyone involved in the looting.
Oh shit! Sorry, I ran again. So yeah, they're all criminals. All those individuals are criminals. You can tell they're criminals by the way they conduct themselves, and again, this is an easy one that they just can't get right. They can never get it right, ever. Hey, Spicy. Breaking U.S. So moving on to our next story, U.S. Representative Harry Cooler was carjacked at gunpoint outside of his apartment building in Washington, D.C. tonight. He's reportedly safe. So this was 2 days ago. I mean, D.C. is one of the most dangerous places in the entire world. Is it any shock or surprise that there was a carjacking? I mean, maybe if you didn't fuck it up so bad, they wouldn't be so dangerous. Just my opinion. He's not worth a ton of time. This one is. This one's unacceptable. I'm sure we heard about this one. This was a couple days ago. Florida boy 11 shot 2 football teammates at practice over a bag of chips, police say. I hope it was a damn good bag of chips. Police in Florida have accused 11-year-old boy of shooting 2 of his 13-year-old teammates during a Pop Warner football practice Monday night following a dispute. The incident unfolded at around 8:18 p.m. in Apopka. During a news conference on Tuesday, Apopka Police Chief Mike McKinley said one of the teenagers was struck in the arm while the other was hit in the torso. McKinley also mentioned that both teenagers were in stable condition. Surveillance footage revealed that both teenagers were running away from the 11-year-old boy when the shooting took place. Officers arrived on scene approximately 4 minutes after receiving the report of the shooting. They disarmed the 11-year-old and took him into custody. Yep. The juvenile was subsequently charged with 1 count of attempted second-degree murder and was placed in a juvenile assessment center. 2 shot for a bag of chips. Yep. McKinley disclosed that the boy had accessed the gun from an unlocked box in his mother's vehicle, and the mother might face a second-degree misdemeanor. However, McKinley did not provide information regarding the initial cause of the shooting. An arrest report indicated that the 11-year-old had been involved in a confrontation with 2 other teenagers who were allegedly bullying him over a bag of chips. I'll read this and then we'll go back to the videos. As a society, we need to reflect on this. We see this all the time now. It's a shame. No one wants to arrest an 11-year-old boy by any means, said McKinley. Our hope is that the 11-year-old gets the assistance he needs to make sure that this isn't a resolution for the rest of his life. He's 11. He's got a long life ahead of him. There's no doubt that he can turn things around, hopefully in our court system. He's fucked. With diversion programs and counseling and other things can help him pass this and move to a point where reaching for a firearm is not the resolution for his future. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I think it's... I see the pattern you're talking about. No comment. I know. That's exactly what we need, Jacob. We need common sense gun control because 11-year-olds should not be allowed to own and operate assault chips or assault firearms. Oh shit, shut up. Okay. So we'll go over here to the news report. It allegedly has footage. I think most of the footage is blurred, so...
Newly released surveillance video shows the moments police say an 11-year-old boy shot his teammates during football practice.
Happened Monday night in a pub just north of Orlando. The footage shows the boy running to his mother's car in the parking lot where he was chased by a 13-year-old. After retrieving a firearm from the vehicle, the boy can then be seen running back out and firing one round from
Holy
the gun.
shit, what is in that dragon's breath?
Another boy was struck as they tried to run away. According to an affidavit, some witnesses said the three boys had been physically fighting over a bag of chips. Other witnesses said the 11-year-old was being bullied.
Now, Haley Crumblehome.
Okay, so maybe if Bidenflation wasn't so damn bad, people wouldn't have to literally kill people over chips. Just saying. Just saying. That doesn't excuse his behavior. At all. Alright, so here is the law enforcement press conference on it. It's about 10 minutes. We'll listen through and see what's going on. It is. It is. And as far as the mother being charged, should you remain positive control? Yeah, but if it was at a school football game, then she probably wasn't allowed to carry it on the football field, if we're being honest. So it would have been left unsecured, and there's not a damn thing she could have done about it. So what the fuck? How did that kid get the gun? Well, that's what we're talking about. So it was in her car. She, from what I read, she was legally able to carry it. But carry permits often exclude things like schools. That's where we get the pistol-free zones from. So she was probably carrying the firearm, couldn't carry it, and was trying to be legal. And had to leave it in the vehicle, and he went straight for it. So, right, not a problem as it's on you. If it's on your hip, this doesn't happen. How could I forget the 6-year-old who shot at his teacher because he was mad at her in Norfolk, Virginia? Yes. Shooting somebody is not. Oh, absolutely, Jacob. In my opinion. In my opinion, I think gun control and the mom not being able to positively control the firearm, I leave mine under my seat at times from whatever. Have a fucking lock on your vehicle, then this is not responsible. I have a case for inside my vehicle. Yeah, but I can see your point, but I don't put mine in a case in my vehicle like that. Then I can't get to it if I need it. And if he had access to it, I mean, it was... I don't know. This could go either way. I'm gonna side on the... when I can't carry, I get a 380. I would side more with this is on the kid than the mom, because I think it's dangerous when we start penalizing parents for stupid bullshit that happens with kids. But with that being said, the mom probably wasn't parent of the year because her 11-year-old just shot somebody over a bag of fucking chips. So we have to take that into account as well. So yeah, but the kid knew how to get it. That was the issue. Yeah, I understand. Like I said, I could be persuaded either way, but with the currently available information, fuck yeah, exactly. No, because my boys are a piece of shit. I can't say the rest of that. You know where I'm going. But no, my kids respect the shit out of guns and would never pick it up. So, exactly. We should. Used to. Okay. I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinion. I think that parenting probably contributed to him having a ridiculous temper, but I think sometimes we have to also punish the source too. So yeah, same with mine. Mine would never like my kid's 11. Would he ever fucking do this? No. Hell no. Hell no. Not a chance in hell would my kid ever done this. Well, if everybody had guns, then it would be like no one had guns. I think it's the poison in these little metal, plastic, glass fucking cell phone boxes we carry in our pockets. I think that's where the poison is. Oh, no question. That's true. That's true. I could see that. So we'll listen to what the sheriff, chief. No, this is a police chief. It's a municipal. So listen to what the chief says. See if we change our mind. Any.
As a society, we need to reflect on.
And I'm not hell bent on either direction. I just lean more towards kid, but just for the record. So send this bitch to prison. I don't give a shit.
We see this way too often in our society now of juveniles, young juveniles, and they're getting younger every day that have access to guns. But the more disturbing part is that they believe that that gun, that firearm, is a resolution to their problems, and it's not a resolution to anybody's problems. It just creates more problems for everybody involved. The victims, the suspects, these young kids, they're ruining their lives when they're making these bad decisions to use a firearm to end a dispute. This started as an argument over something at the Pop Warner practice, and it continued into the parking lot where this juvenile had access to a firearm in his mother's car. He grabbed the firearm. The incident was captured on video. We'll try to redact that video and have it later today available for everybody. But he did go after the two, fired one shot. That one shot hit both victims. It's my understanding one's on the 11U and one's on the 13U Pop Warner, but I don't know that for sure, but that's what I've been told.
What kind of charges could the parents face in this situation?
It is a crime to allow your children to have access to a firearm in an unsecured box. In this case, the firearm wasn't a box. It did not have a lock on it, and we will be pursuing charges for that crime. It is a second-degree misdemeanor. But they, for all the parents out there, you have a firearm in your car or a firearm in your house, you have a responsibility to make sure that that firearm is secure and not accessible to our youth or your juveniles, your children, because it only takes one bad decision in a split second to ruin their lives.
So the child who opened fire was 11.
Correct.
Two others were 13?
Correct.
Gotcha. Was the gun recovered?
Yes.
Have you been able to make contact with the coach of this team or, during practice? Where were they?
We've been in contact with all the representatives of Pop Warner and discussing the incident with them to figure out how they can move forward. we have to remember that this is an isolated incident between 3 juveniles. The Northwest Recreation Center is a very safe place. There's thousands of people up there every day, every night, every weekend. There's all kinds of sports, from travel baseball, travel soccer, club soccer with the city, volleyball games, football games through Pop Warner, and I believe AAU has football games up there also. So this is an isolated incident. In the 8 years that I've been the police chief in the city of Apopka, this is the first time we've had some kind of violent act that I can recall like this. Occasionally we'll have scuffle between some parents that don't agree with what's going on from one side or the other, but nothing to this extent. I think that Northwest Recreation Center is still safe for everybody to visit. It's an isolated incident, and again, if the parents and adults will take care and secure their firearms, we wouldn't have incidents like this.
Chief, you said altercation. Can you kind of go over that? Were they physically fighting? Were they arguing? Do we know what led
It's
to this?
my understanding there was a physical fight prior to this incident occurring.
Now, Chief, this report says that the mother was aware that there was some trouble between these kids. What advice would you give to parents who are aware of things like this in terms of like conflict resolution? Obviously, this led to a shooting.
Well, I think it's important for all of us to understand that, we need to have good communication with our children. This child should have been able to just sit down in the passenger seat of this car, close the door, and been in the security of his car with his mother. Instead, he chose to grab a firearm and resolve the issue with the firearm. Communication with our children to make sure that they understand that we're there for them and that we'll help them through these incidents. I'm sure that there could have been discussion between the parents of all the children involved, the Pop Warner representatives, and everybody else to resolve this issue in a manner other than what it was. What makes an 11-year-old feel the necessity to grab a firearm and in this altercation is beyond me.
Do we know exactly why they started fighting though in the first place?
I do not know what led up to the initial fight.
Do we know if the firearm was legally possessed by the parents?
It's my understanding everything was legal with the firearm,
What can you say to this?
other than it was not in a secure, locked case and accessible to children.
What could you say to describe the moments that 11-year-old was arrested when the officers confronted them when they made it on the scene? Like, were no incident or anything? Like, was there any dangerous scenario?
There was no incident. There was a little bit of an unruly crowd when we first arrived. Obviously, it was a hectic situation and a lot of things going on. Our officers were able to control the crowd. It's a shame. Nobody wants to arrest an 11-year-old by any means, but based on our investigation, we feel that those charges are warranted.
I know you did this last night, but can we have you go over the step-by-step details of what happened from 8:20 when you guys got the 911 call?
Yeah. Our communications center received the call at 8:18 p.m. It was dispatched at 8:20 p.m. Our officers arrived at 8:24 p.m. So overall, between the time the comm center received the call and the time officers were on scene, it was approximately 6 minutes. It was a 4-minute response time from the time it was dispatched. So upon their arrival, they were able to secure the firearm, the vehicle the firearm was in, and the scene, and detain the 11-year-old.
For what it's worth, my boy would have to deal with me if he tried to pull some stupid shit like that. So that'd be worse than the police.
The 11-year-old was booked in the Juvenile Assessment Center under second-degree attempted murder, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. It'll be up to the court system as to what happens with him. Hopefully it's our hope that the 11-year-old gets the assistance that he needs to make sure that this isn't a resolution for the rest of his life, that he can resolve this matter, move on. He's 11, he has a long life ahead of him. There's no doubt that he can turn things around. Hopefully our court system, through diversion programs or whatever, and counseling and other things, can help him pass this and move to a point where reaching for a firearm is not his resolution in the future.
Exactly.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
He'd request protective custody.
Our patrol officers were at the hospital with the victims and their families. Our investigators have talked to the families. I have not spoken to the families personally, but obviously everybody's upset that this occurred. And just thankful, and we all thank God that nobody was hurt more seriously than what they were, because this could have been a very tragic incident. There were a lot of people around the area where this occurred, and fortunately, it didn't end up worse.
Do you know by any chance if any of these juveniles have had any kind of run-ins with the law before, or is this kind of like a first time?
The suspect does not have a criminal history at all. It's my understanding that one of the victims may have a criminal history out of Lake County. I don't know what that is, but other than that, no.
And I'm sorry if this is repetitive, but you said he's being charged with second-degree...
Attempted second-degree murder.
Just one charge of that? Not
Just
two?
one charge.
How come not two, since two of the boys were shot?
Well, that'll be up to the courts if they want to separate those. Again, this is a serious charge. We're talking about an 11-year-old child here. I don't think there's a need to stack on charges on an 11-year-old child that has no criminal history. We've done what we feel is necessary to ensure that this case is resolved for the victims, because obviously they come first. They are victims.
He
of a
fucking
crime.
shot
But
somebody
also
over a
we
bag of
consider
chips.
The 11-year-old in this particular case, and make sure that, again, he's in the system. We want to make sure that he gets the assistance he needs to put this past him and become a productive member of our society.
Did this happen while did this start while they were practicing? I mean, were they on the field together at the same time? Then something.
I can't answer that question.
Was this a case of bullying?
I don't know if it was a case of bullying. If it was a case of bullying, I think the video shows that it went beyond bullying, that the firearm was retrieved from the vehicle. The two victims were running away when the shot was fired.
Is it surveillance video or is it somebody's cell phone?
It's surveillance video from a camera, the city-owned camera, on the building that this occurred next to.
Was he remorseful? When you guys talked to him or anything?
When I interacted with him, he was very quiet, very shy. Didn't really say a whole lot when I was
Hey,
around.
Jimmy.
So I really didn't discuss whether he was remorseful or not, but I know that he was very quiet. He looked very somber over the incident.
Do you understand the gravity of the situation?
I can't answer that.
That's a big fat no.
Like teammates, Pop Warner. My question is, was the two victims, were they both the intended targets of the shooting, or was one inadvertently hit?
No, it's my understanding they were the two that were involved in the altercation with him initially. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I want to address this one real quick. Yeah, I came from a household where we had gun case at the end of the hall. That damn thing was never locked. My dad and grandfather were both old school, and shit, they were always loaded, ready to go. Like, I would have never imagined even coming close to one of them. I wouldn't even look at him too long, because probably going to get my ass beat. So, it's not the guns. It's going soft on people and being ridiculous. No, Jacob's over there. I wish one reporter would ask, what if the kid was white, because I think we'd openly talk about marginalized communities. Yeah. Hey, Gemini. Yep. 11-year-old shot 2 kids over a bag of chips. That's true. So, I mean, we definitely had guns in the house. I would have never thought of it. So, that's true. When daddy's the government, then these lessons don't get taught. Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, same thing. We always had weapons around. So, how many people treat firearms like toys? I work for a large holster company. We fit all holsters with real firearms. We were told that if we pointed at each other, we'd be sent home. Yeah, and realistically, probably should be fired. Always treat a gun as it's loaded. That's number one. So my 10-year-old, my 11-year-old, he did like the hunter safety through state of Michigan, and then he also took a pistol safety class for his 10th birthday. Learned how to handle, learned how to fire it, learned all that stuff. hell of a lot of respect, but it's teaching the kid correctly from the beginning. And if you're gonna have them in your house, you owe it to teach it correctly. And it's always loaded. Like the gun, real gun. They did a great job. I won't say where it is, but because that would dox the shit out of myself. But they did a fantastic job. And is this a real gun? Yes. The answer is always yes. It's a real gun. It's always loaded, and you don't point it at something you don't want to destroy. So it's, yeah, people's guns used to hang over the fireplace or in a super secure unlocked glass case. Yes, that's true. It's good. It's good to do that. So, long range rifle, my kids may be disabled, but they know responsibility. And everybody should. If there's a gun in your home, it is your responsibility to teach everyone in that home. Oh, that's awesome. Nobody's been dies. That's making me mad. Do you want today to be yours? I learned some things, buddy. You want to go for it? Oh, damn. Okay. I'm really not being mean. I feel sorry for the kid's circumstances, but still a 90% chance he won't be a fit for society. I truly hope he learns from this lesson. See, the problem is, on top of it, the recidivism is huge because they're not going to learn from it. He's going to go to court. There's going to be hatred for the system. It's the fuck the police narrative. It's the gangbanger narrative where everybody is against me, and it needs to be something where we teach people that, you know what, life sucks for fucking everybody. Get over it. Make the best with the cards you're dealt, and stop being a bitch about it. Instead of this, I'm a victim shit. Pisses me off. All right, so we'll move on from that one to another ridiculous news story, because we are in Prison Planet. This one was wild. Watch as a motorcyclist shatters a rear window during street takeover while armed with 2 kids inside. Yeah. A shocking scene as tourists aboard the top level of a double-decker sightseeing bus in city center Philadelphia were stopped last night during a street takeover and helplessly recorded the incident where a man on a motorcycle stopped and jumped on top of a car, kicking the rear windshield where 2 kids were sitting. The man had a gun that fell out of his waistband as he jumped down. He then headbutted a woman with the visor of his helmet despite being armed and outnumbered by the bikers. The woman was working for Uber Eats and had her 2 kids in the car due to the high cost of a babysitter. She tried to fight back. This one was wild. So let's put this in context. You have your 2 kids in the car. You obviously have a lunatic that just busted out your back window. He's trying to do harm to you. It's an entire takeover. It's an unsafe situation. And what do you do here? I mean, the original, plus you're in a big city, so you're going to prison if you defend yourself. Shooting is not, it's not the right play here. As much as I think we would all be justified in doing so, I don't think shooting is the right play here, because you have so many just psycho people that I would feel uncomfortable shooting, because then it's just going to escalate. I think the only thing you can do is get the hell out of there as quickly as possible and don't stop for a stop sign or a stoplight or other vehicles or anybody. You just get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. I think that's your play here, but you guys decide. And I don't have my racist, my racial chart out, or my, yeah, sorry, I'm just watching on the other screen too. I don't have my chart out, but I think that black lesbian trumps white anti-fuck every day of the week, right? Or am I wrong? What's up, tits? Like, she has a higher upward mobility in the... I would think. I mean, black lesbian defeats white anti-fuck. If I ever... But again, I haven't got the new update. I really don't know in the point structure, but it seems to me that that's racism. But it seems to me that that's racism. But I don't know. I certainly don't know. So here... That's true. Exactly. Fuck, where's that meme? I have that meme somewhere from the Family Guy. Hang on, let me see if I can find it quick. I found it. Thank you, Know Your Meme.
Okay, you're good to go.
That's exactly the one I was looking for. Please. God, I was so disappointed last night. Yeah, Mama Power is pretty... See, that's what I thought, but I was very confused why that man wasn't canceled. Maybe it wasn't a man. Maybe that's where we're... What if it was a sheeness? That's what we could be missing, guys. That could be where we're missing something. Alright, so... This is the one we watched the other night. The active shooter at Morgan State University, multiple injuries reported. The shots had been fired from the upper floor dorm room window. So, this is just a quick footage to... So just a standard police response. Morgan State is a historically black college and university in Baltimore, Maryland, outside of Baltimore, Maryland. I did not see the M baking part of that the first time. I was very intrigued with the everything after the winking smiley face. Baltimore police have confirmed that there are multiple victims following the incident at Morgan State University. The shooter is still not in custody and still asking students to shelter in place. And then this is the last update we got on the story. At least 5 people were injured in the shooting at Morgan State University campus. Officials say there's no longer an active shooter. Multiple agencies are looking for 3 shooters as they remain at large. So, that's the update on that one. On the food people shooting other people, video report. Now this is a new low. When you shoot somebody over Taco Bell, like that's fucked up. Let's not even try to sugarcoat this. Taco Bell customer upset about receiving wrong change shoots employee several times. Oh. Charlotte, North Carolina. A suspect's in custody after a shooting that left a Taco Bell employee hospitalized with life-threatening injuries on Saturday night. Around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night, the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department responded to a call. A shooting at Taco Bell on Albemarle Road in East Charlotte. So that's all the information we got. So he got the wrong change and shot somebody over it. Mm-hmm. Actually, when it comes to achieving social distortion, the motorcycle mob is more useful to the powers that be than the black lesbian. So she wasn't higher in the stack in that case. Makes sense. The more you know, friend. The more you know. All right. So moving right along. Where did it? Oh, there it is. This is close to somebody. I wonder if they saw it. Suspect leads wild police chase, crashes into squad cars, drives onto freeway, flees on foot into oncoming traffic, and loses wig amidst chaos. Start building the floor under your floor so you can hide. Watch a wild police pursuit that took place in Corona, California. After a suspect stole a work truck and went on a joyride attempting to escape law enforcement, the suspect initially rammed the stolen work truck into police cars, causing it to get stuck between 2 trees. After freeing itself, the truck crashed through a fence before careening the wrong way onto the Freeway 91, directly into oncoming traffic. Eventually, when the truck came to a halt and the suspect fled into oncoming traffic, making their way into the Carl's Jr. restaurant parking lot. Potentially. So we have another fast food restaurant related story. In the chaos, the suspect lost their wig and ran inside the restaurant, only to be captured later by law enforcement. Bitch lost her weave. Damn. I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole.
Very, very sticky situation for the authorities. He might be lodged over the curb right here. Look at him slamming. Kind of slammed more into the tree than the truck, though. Oh my goodness.
All right.
I cannot believe this.
Just when we thought this was a pretty normal... Look, he's got...
Oh, boy.
Dragging
Oh, my God.
30.
Oh, no.
Another
Oh,
my God, onto the freeway.
Onto the freeway. Oh, my God. Onto the 91 freeway. We'll try to get... I don't believe this. On the wrong way now.
Ladders
this has just turned a complete 180.
Mm-hmm.
Normal, so to speak.
Yep. Oh, and out.
Oh, now he's out.
It's a lady.
It's a
Oh,
lady.
no,
My.
she's running across lanes of the freeway.
Oh, no, don't misgender her.
No. We need to keep that wide right here. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
Okay, she's going to make it across.
Amazingly didn't get hit. I can't believe it. Across lanes of the freeway.
This really
My heart was really racing there.
Yeah.
And
so was
now
ours.
across the 91 freeway. Oh, boy. Juan and Pat, I just can't believe this.
No, we can't
Neither
either.
can we.
This really has turned into something that we did not expect.
Look, she's trying to hail somebody. She's trying to get somebody to stop.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, don't get in the car. Is her
did-
dress coming off? It looks like her jacket, something's...
She might have a vest. I think that's a vest, Juan. She just dropped
They were wearing a
something.
wig?
Something else.
They were wearing a wig.
The wig fell off, and
Okay, we'll try to get behind the Denny's here.
maybe it's
okay.
not a woman.
But there's law enforcement again.
That's a man, man. Look at those shoulders. That's a man, man. Not that we judge, and it's okay, but I believe that is a man.
The Denny's.
All right. People are crazy. That's the main takeaway from tonight, y'all. I know. That's more of a crime than the crime that he, she, it, they, them committed. By proxy, they should be released from all charges because they were misgendered by the police helicopter. I'm okay with that. I got some private advice for you, Bradley. What's up, buddy? Yeah. Don't listen to Dog Mom. We give gender advice just in private. Welcome to the club. Oh, Zer. Yeah. Zim Zer. All right. Moving on so I don't get canceled for misgendering. Wild outburst. Unruly passenger tosses thousands in cash on a tarmac after refusing to pay for upgrade. And we'll watch this video too. A woman refused to pay for an upgrade on a flight from London to Bangkok after she ran into a premium section, only to be later seen throwing $6,000 at her travel companion on the tarmac after they were kicked off. It was a man, by the way they were running before the wig fell off. Again, Dazer, we don't judge people. Not here.
Oh, look at that money.
Bitch just making it rain.
£5,000. That's what she said. He's got £5,000. All the money on the airport. Look.
Make it rain on these hoes. Oh, this one was funny too. Let's watch this one. I forgot about this one. We get a bonus. No shit. A mental health issue?
You're not supposed to be recording. Yes, ma'am.
Something wrong? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We do not give hoe advice. I mean... Sorry, that was just an extra bonus. Again, you take my private class on hoe advice, though. That's off platform, so that's okay. Alright, so... 3 police officers shot in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is becoming a war zone. If anybody lives in, near, or around it, get the fuck out of there. An investigation into progress is in progress after 3 police officers were shot in Philadelphia during Wednesday night. I might have asked for it once or twice in the past. Oh, shit. You're my hero. Oh, no. Oh, no. Where the hell are we at? The scene is 7500 block of Whitaker Avenue in Philadelphia's Braunhurst neighborhood. According to WPVI, one officer sustained a gunshot wound to the leg, another was struck in the arm, and the third officer was shot in the hand. All 3 officers are reported to be in stable condition. It has been confirmed that the one suspect involved in the incident has been fatally injured. Additional information is unknown at this time. So, short one. It's true. I'm sorry. Well, at least you got out in time. At least you got out in time. Give me one moment. It's a glorious day. I finally have it. Awesome. All right. So moving to the next story on our list. Michigan vigilante Bupak Shakur, known for exposing alleged predators, fatally shot in confrontation with teens. There's your doxing. Right there. Over the weekend, a Michigan man who used social media in an attempt to expose twisted fuckers was killed in a shooting during a dispute with an individual he is accused of being a pred, according to the police. Robert Wayne Lee, 40, had a combined social media following of over 60,000 on Instagram and Facebook, where he was known as Bupak Shakur, who would adopt the persona of a 15-year-old to lure pred and call the police for their arrest, a tactic that law enforcement officials consider dangerous. Yeah, because these people are nuts. Around 10:30 p.m., Lee was in a restaurant in Pontiac where he confronted 2 people at a table. Lee accused one of them, an 18-year-old male, of being a file and punched him, according to the sheriff's office. No information was provided regarding the credibility of his accusation. Damn, that's a good one. The situation escalated quickly, resulting in one of the suspects discharging a firearm. Well, no shit. You're in Pontiac, brother. As detailed in the news release by the Oakland County Sheriff's Office, Lee was transported to a hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. While Lee's one-man crusade to lead to the arrest and criminal charges be filed against several men, police wrote in a news release he also mistakenly identified someone as a person that loves things on the playground. 2 individuals were apprehended on Sunday afternoon in connection with the shooting. The suspected shooter, 17, and the second individual, 18, are both believed to be residents of Pontiac, according to the sheriff's office. So yeah, he might not have been accurate 100% of the time. People have different resources. We see some of this stuff on social media. It is dangerous, but I do commend them for what they're doing, because I believe it's important, and our police either don't have the resources or don't give a shit too. Wow. Damn. So, So yeah, I think it's honorable what they're doing, but it is dangerous. It is incredibly dangerous for untrained people with very little resources to be effective. Lies. All right. So moving right along, I'm gonna read this title, and then we're gonna move on from the story, and you all know why. 17-year-old homecoming queen Kennedy dies after collapsing on high school football field. I have no idea why this would happen, but the 17-year-old died of heart issues. That's as much as I know, as much as I can read. That's all I know. So, rest in peace, young lady. Exactly. Yes, you're absolutely right, Chinny. Thanks, Pfizer. Moving on. Emergency crews are on the scene of a large fire that broke out at an asphalt plant in Haverstraw, New York. There's one that happened. Nope, this is the one that happened like 2 days ago. No, I'm good. Number of firefighters currently battling a large fire that erupted at an asphalt plant in Haverstraw, New York. Reports indicate that the fire has spread to other areas, producing thick, heavy, toxic black smoke. Why it gotta be black, brother? At this time, there's no immediate threat to the public, but dense smoke can be seen for miles. Jesus. But no threat to the public.
What the fuck is going on? Here comes the train.
All right, from one fire to another, allegedly. I know. Exactly. 17-year-old. That happens every day. You guys are just being unreasonable. Just like the 11-year-old fighting over a bag of chips. I don't know why I'm so fucking spicy tonight, but I'm loving it. Numerous emergency crews are on the scene of a large house explosion in Detroit, Michigan. This is on the west side. There is 99.99999. Shit, where is it at?
9999%
chance. Usually, that it is indeed a meth lab because of the location of it. What's up, Neil? So anyway, currently numerous emergency personnel and other agencies are on the scene of the large house explosion that happened in Detroit, Michigan. The explosion ripped the home to shreds and rocked the neighborhood. Neighbors say they smelled gas in the area, but it has not been confirmed. That is what caused the blast. Nearby homes were also damaged. One person has been injured from the flying debris. Cause of the explosion is still under investigation. No need to investigate. So there were a total of 8 homes. 8 homes affected, 1 completely leveled. So it was a giant explosion.
House blew up like 20 minutes ago. This is crazy.
That's one hell of an explosion. I talked about it the other night, Shenny, on Discord. Or maybe I did it on... I put it somewhere. I might have talked about it on stream. So one hell of an explosion. Based on the area and the individuals in that specific area, there's no question in my mind it's a mess. That's what makes those houses blow up like that. So, completely random demolished 3 houses in an explosion, killing 5 or maybe 6. Damn. Wow. But yeah, I believe we talked about it at some point. I don't remember context, but it might have come up. Oh shit, no. It was where I was waiting for the Baltimore active shooter. We were waiting for the press conference and I was running out of things to talk about. And we finally ended up giving up on the press conference. That's when we would talk about it. So you're right. You're not losing your mind. So anyways, moving on to another fire. There's going to be an opening in the street. Yes. There is doorbell security footage of it? I saw a bunch of pictures and stuff like that. Damn. I'll have to check that out then. How did you know that I have that story coming up? Damn. Let's start mixing it up. Yeah, yes. I was on drugs, so don't ask me. I know. Oh, the plum one. Okay. That'd be cool to see too, though. Just how it happened. But from one thing on fire to another. Well, it was kind of by Dearborn Heights. It was, so it could have been Aloha Snack Bar. Just saying. But I don't think it was. I think it was more likely meth. Because then you get into the urban white neighborhoods. And, yep. Enough said. Anyways, numerous firefighters battling a large landfill fire in Scottsdale, Arizona. Currently, numerous firefighters. This one is the one... No, this one's from the 30th. There's so many fires. Ridiculous fires. I can't even keep them straight anymore. Numerous firefighters are battling a large landfill fire near Salt River in Scottsdale, Arizona. Large flames accompanied by heavy smoke can be seen. Strong winds are currently making it more difficult to control the fire. Officials are warning the public that they may smell a small odor from the landfill fire. It's not clear at this time what started the fire, and it's currently under investigation. You stop it. Oh, does it? Let me check the... I keep turning because I have stuff on a different screen so I can be more organized. But fuck organization because it just makes me keep turning my head. Alright, to the video. That's quite a fire. maybe sometime. Mostly by peaceful fire, leave it alone. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see the sign. This is the one. No shit, this isn't the one that happened tonight either. Fuck me. All right. What else is on fire? Massive gas pipeline explosion prompts 1 mile radius evacuation in Jesseville, Arkansas. Emergency crews and authorities are on site in Jesseville, Arkansas, responding to a gas pipeline explosion. Massive flames can be seen for miles, igniting a forest fire. Officials have issued a 1 mile evacuation radius and are urging everyone to avoid the area. Currently, it's unknown if anyone was injured. The cause of the fire and explosion remains unclear, and an investigation is underway. That's absolutely true. That's true. Update: drone footage shows large gas pipeline fire that exploded earlier, prompting authorities to issue a 1 mile evacuation. Crews are working hard to put out the fire. That is one hell of a fire. Wow. That's a good sized fire. I haven't heard any, What the fuck? We do not. Hang on. I can't believe I'm gonna fucking do this. This is the Aussie firefighter catalog. Just for you ladies. And cheese. Smash. Eh. Here's a puppy. That guy kind of looks douchey, but he's got a puppy. That guy's, you're never gonna get with that one, Ghostry. He likes his fellow calendar mates. There's another puppy. I guess it was a puppy calendar. I know. I'm just cleaning up on aisle Ghostry. There's a distinguished man with a puppy in his hat. He has 2 puppies. And is also gay. Bro has 3 puppies. How does that happen? Well, there's been like 3 gay ones so far. There's a man with a wombat. He's also gay. Alright, that one's pretty sweet. He plays both sides of the field, but there's one with a horse. Obviously, this is a zoophile calendar. There's one getting chlamydia in real time. I'm sending this to Ozzy, by the way. The fuck is that thing? Exactly. That guy looks very Aussie. Like super Oz. He's wearing a smoking jacket. And that's it. Do you feel better now? Are you happy now? Alright, so it looks like we have 3 left. Echinda? Like porcupine. Okay. They're cum gutters. Those right there. Alright, so moving on from that and sending it to Ozzy right away. Actually, let me do that before I forget. For you, bud, no judgment. ... There we go. All right. Poland built it and the U.S. set it off. Which one? Dick root. See, we're learning here. We're learning. All right, from one phallic object to another. Starship 25 and underwent second destack from Booster 9 this AM. They did not. So unconfirmed reports that there was U.S. technological intervention. So cyber that stopped it, but I haven't seen any official reporting on it. That's just back channels. So they're destacking probably to arm the flight termination system, which could mean we're getting closer to the flight, but we have not got a release from the FAA. Booster 25 is this booster. Or ship 25 and booster 9. Got those backwards. So this is ship 25 on top. We'll see it come off. Booster 9 is the booster here. Word of the day is Dick Root. Shit, I just got totally distracted with Dick Root. So this is flight termination system. They have to load flight termination system, which blows up the rocket, so it can't do harm. But the FAA hasn't responded with their Fish and Wildlife Survey. To my knowledge. Maybe something new, because they did just destack it, but it could just be for the sake of safety. So those are the chopsticks. That's what he actually calls them. And it moves the actual ship portion down. I don't see any people for reference, but it's big. It's real big. Sir, you absolutely did. But I want nothing more from my pineapple than Dick Root. So another thing, I was going to add a couple of these things on to the end of the news. Anybody who is in this, we'll watch the video in a second, but in just 13 days, a spectacular and rare event known as the Ring of Fire will take place across the United States. On October 14, 2023, 8 states in the United States will witness a spectacular rare event known as the Ring of Fire, or an annular eclipse. During this phenomenon, approximately 90% of the sun will be obscured by the moon. Not to worry, for the rest of the United States, will experience a partial eclipse where the sun won't be fully covered. The lucky states that it will witness the annular eclipse, also known as the Ring of Fire, are Oregon, North California, Northern Nevada, Southern Utah, Southwest Colorado, Northern Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. Texas. Did you hear? Texas. Dog mama. Time will start about 9:15 Pacific Daylight Time. However, the most significant event is set to occur on April 8th, 2024, as a total solar eclipse will take place. It's going to be really cool. So, 7 years separated. I think we're right in the minute. Well, no, we're probably towards the end of it. But yeah, we had. It's actually pretty interesting because it made an X across the U.S. So here's the map info. So this one came this way. The other one came across, and I actually saw it here in Michigan, but it came across this way, and they made an X over the United States on their path. So this is where it'll be seen. So if you're in this black band somewhere, this is a great place to see it. 9:15 PDT on October 14th. So here's a video of I believe this is previous one. So you get that stop right there perfectly. I don't want to take their copyright music, but as far as the solar eclipse on the 14th, this is a good chart. So anybody in this black line will see the annular eclipse. Anybody in this darker black or grayish, I don't know what the hell color that is, we'll see up to 80%. Anybody further will see 60%. I'll only get 40%. And then people in the Northeast will only get 20% of an eclipse. So lots of states will see the partial. Yes. So. And last thing, because I want to get better about this, because I like them, you like them. So this is our upcoming launch schedule till next week. So tomorrow, October 6th at 2 p.m. EDT, or 1800 UTC, we have an Atlas V rocket with a Project Kuiper protoflight. So this is Amazon's answer to Elon Musk's Starlink network. So this is going to be right now. I mean, it's best, but Al Jazeera has an article regarding Yevgeny and the other dead. They had grenade pieces in their bodies as per Putin. Damn. So this one will go off from SOC 41, Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And this is Amazon's Project Kuiper. It's a broadband constellation. They're going to go at a higher orbit. They are not launching from the Dick ship. They're launching from an Atlas 501. Atlas is a pretty cool rocket. So their rocket is not suitable for this type of payload. So they're originally scheduled to fly on the Vulcan, which is Amazon's rocket, or Bezos's heavy lift rocket, but that is not going to happen because they are stupidly behind schedule. So, next up, we have 10:36 p.m. local time on October 6th, or 9:36 p.m. Eastern on October 6th. We have Vega, Zeus, and Formsat 7R Triton from French Guiana. Ariane Space will launch a Vega rocket designated VV-23, sending a collection of 12 satellites into sun-synchronous orbit. Sun-sync is pretty difficult to get into. You're using a lot of delta V or change in velocity. Meaning it's going to have to be a pretty good sized rocket. The main payload is the Thailand Earth Observation System, COS-2, which is an Earth observing satellite built by Airbus Defence and Space on behalf of the Kingdom of Thailand. It's designed to complement TOS-1, which launched in 2008. They have so many typos in this fucking article. The second payload is Formosat 7R Triton, which was developed by the Taiwanese Space Agency, TASA. Its global navigation satellite system, reflectometry, GNOS tool, will help meteorologists gather wind data over oceans to help forecasting the trajectory of intensity of typhoons. Yes. Oh, I meant to say that too. If you're looking directly at the eclipse, please use some kind of filter, an infrared filter. It is very dangerous. It gets very bright. Damn. And on October 8th to 9th, somewhere in that general vicinity, we will have a Falcon 9 Starlink 6-22. Times are really up in the air, so it'll be closer once we get there. Somewhere between the 8:37 and 1:07 a.m. EDT. And that will be just a general normal SpaceX Falcon 9 from SLC 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. And they'll launch those new Starlink V2 mini internet satellites, landing on shortfall of gravitas. And last up for this week, we have SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket will launch NASA's Psyche asteroid mission. The Maxar-built spacecraft will travel to the metallic asteroid Psyche, where it will enter orbit in 2029. This is the first spacecraft to explore a metal-rich asteroid, which may even be a leftover core of a protoplanet that began forming in the early solar system more than 4 billion years ago. The Falcon Heavy's two-side boosters will return to LZ-1 and 2 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station for recovery. The center core will be expended, delayed from 2022 due to payload software issues. So not on SpaceX's side, but Maxar's side. Move forward from October 10th, delayed from October 5th. So, they've moved it around a couple times. They have static fired it. It is ready to go. Maxar has fixed their issue, so we should be seeing it somewhere between that 10th and 12th. But, and that's really all we have scheduled. There's a bunch further out, but there's no dates for them. Like we have a Shenzhou 17. So that will be a manned spaceflight from China. It will be the Long March 2F. And Vulcan Centaur, that's not going up anytime soon. Falcon Heavy, Polaris Dawn, EMA, USF-51 on an Atlas. So there's always new launches being added, and the cadence will pick up as we get closer. There are a lot of tentative dates for bigger programs, but even those move quite frequently. So, So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for me this evening. you've been caught up on all the news and wonderfulness that's been happening around this beautiful, beautiful country. But so yeah, the next thing up is going to be that launch tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time. I will go live. Let me look. Project Kuiper. I'll probably go live at about 1:30 Eastern tomorrow for the Atlas V launch, because there's a bunch to talk about. It's not a normal SpaceX launch, so I'll have some conversation to talk about. So look for me about 1:30 tomorrow. I'll put it up before I sign off officially for tonight. But as always, thank you for stopping by. Please hit that like. Please, please, please leave a comment if you are able after the video is concluded, because once again, YouTube is up to their fuckery again. Talked to a bunch of creators, and I'm not the only one, but YouTube is SO. So, anyways, that's going to be it for me. I know, right? But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the Atlas V launch. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.